Hello. Thank you for watching You Had Options. This week I talk with Laura and Terry of Riot Squad Media. They are also running Camp Punksylvania, which tickets are on sale now for that festival. It is in, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right, I guess Artemis, Pennsylvania. It's going to be a 3-day weekend of camping and punk rock and various other activities that are yet to be announced. But yeah, tickets are on sale now. The Queers are headlining. They still have another headliner to announce, and it's going to be great. I enjoy talking with Laura and Terry. Make sure to follow them at Camp Punksylvania and at Riot Squad Media. Yeah, should be a good time. Go check them out. Make sure to go like the podcast wherever you listen to it. If you watched it on YouTube, make sure to like it. Tell your friends to subscribe. I appreciate it. I am at youhadoptions on Instagram and Twitter. And yeah, thank you for listening. Hope you enjoy. Terry and Laura.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
How are y'all?
Oh, did we start? Okay, we're good.
Starting, yeah. We're going. Thank you guys for joining me.
Thank you for having us. We're super excited to be here and to finally meet you.
Yeah, it's great to finally meet y'all over Zoom. Terry is hooking me up with. I only have the free Zoom, so I wasn't prepared for having more than one person on. But yeah.
Yeah, it makes it tough when we're so far away. But it's still cool that, we don't have the free Zoom, so.
Hell yeah, it worked out.
Worked out.
Yeah.
We realized very early on when we started doing our show that we talk a lot.
we don't stop talking, so we need more than an hour.
I gotcha. Yeah. How long have y'all been, or how long have y'all known each other?
Since May of 2019.
Oh, damn.
Last week in May. Yeah. We met at Anarchy Camp.
Yeah.
We'd both gone to Punk and Drub like the year before, but we didn't meet. And then I admin a group called Punks Pitching Tents. And essentially what the group is, it's just a bunch of people who've either been to Punk and Drub and then are going to Anarchy and vice versa. People
Right.
that were just going for their first time. So they depended on kind of us to let them know, what to expect. And it completely looked different. So, we told them a lot of not accurate shit, but
Yeah, we were talking, back and forth here and there for a year, before we actually met face to face, and we've been kind of doing this ever since.
Yeah.
It didn't quite happen right away though.
That's true.
Yeah. So what happened was we waited till the announcement of next camp, which happens, I think around November, maybe.
Yeah.
October, November. And we just weren't hearing anything. And we're like, Now we had a couple of people that have close ties to that show in our group. And I guess they're kind of watching us, making sure that we're behaving. But it was just like crickets. So we started questioning it and questioning them, and they're not saying anything. And then we kind of got the word that maybe this wasn't going to happen. So Laura and I just said, wouldn't it be cool if we just got people from the group together and we just maybe got a couple bands or do something it wasn't supposed to be this. Not when we first started camp. We met up with our third partner at the time. And she's like, oh, well, I know a couple people who have fields and I'm in Pennsylvania. And, let's just do a giant field party. So we put the word out to the group and we said, hey, if you guys are in the area, come hang out with us. And then it just kind of blew up from there.
Literally, like almost overnight, tripled in size. Everybody was like, so where do we buy tickets? And the three of us at one point were like, where do we even buy tickets? Like, how do we know what's happening here? We don't have any idea that, like, what to do here. These people want a festival, and we just wanted to kind of hang out around a fire with a couple of our friends, you know what I mean? But we were like, okay, well, shit, now we have to do something, like, all eyes on us.
Yeah.
And
here we are.
Between Laura and I, we do have the skill set. My previous job was event planning for the Chamber of Commerce. So I did things like a home and garden show, but it was like 3 days. And then I did like a craft beer show, and I would do a fish derby too. And that was 10 days. So I kind of have the idea of how to build a budget and how to delegate people for tasks and stuff like that. But Laura worked in, the restaurant industry and has done festivals galore. She's worked with a lot of people. So yeah, just kind of.
Wow.
Yeah, we kind of took the best of both of us, built a team, and kind of went from there. And looking back on it now is hilarious, almost. Like, we talk about this almost daily.
It's like errors.
Right.
It's almost like the pandemic for us was almost a blessing in disguise in that aspect. Like, it really gave us an extra whole year to get our shit together, because we did not have our shit together.
Right.
We did not have our shit together. There's so many things that we're still learning and realizing. We went about this a way different way this time. It just gave us that opportunity to look at it and say, all right, let's become professionals, and let's do this in a way where it can turn into something in 3 years and 5 years and 10 years, hopefully down the road, and it feels great this time around. Like, I have never been more excited for a project in my entire life.
Yeah. It's Sorry.
No, I think a big part is that we found, an actual, it was in the field this time. It was an actual venue, and they've actually held very large events. So they have been quite, I want to say the guides for us, anytime we need advice or anything like that, we can count on them. And they just kind of tell us how it looks like for their festivals and stuff like that. And we kind of incorporate those ideas into our own. And because we don't want it to be the same, they held EDM festivals. So.
But I think the really great thing about this venue and the people who own it and run it is they have those same kind of ethos and goals and things that we have too, as punks and just as people and business owners and stuff like that in general. But it's really nice when you can connect with people and build relationships, because like Terry said, it's all about kind of just making sure that you're on the right page with people. And we really we are with them. It's great. They see potential in us. We see growth at that venue for the future and stuff like that. So they've been kind of our guide through this. Like I said, we really didn't have our stuff together, and there's a lot of things that they've been able to teach us in just the short amount of time that we've been working with them right now. So we're super, super stoked to actually bring everybody there and to get to enjoy that place. We got to enjoy it the last time we went there. I'm excited to go back, and it's gonna be awesome. We're spoiled this time around.
Where exactly is it for the listeners?
So it's in Artemis, Pennsylvania. It is kind of close to the Maryland border.
Kind of is an understatement. It is like a 7-minute drive to the Maryland border.
So you're still I want to say 2 hours from Philly and almost 2 hours from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So maybe 2.
I think it's 2.5-ish to both. I could be wrong. Maybe a little longer to Philly, but.
Yeah, it's relatively close. And then I don't know how far from Baltimore, but yeah, they say they tend to draw people there. But yeah, we when our partner left, unfortunately, our venue did as well.
Right.
But the thing is that we always wanted to keep it in Pennsylvania because we had relationships with the bands, and we had, relationships with people there too, that we just did not want to, disappoint. I'm not from Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, neither is Laura. I'm from Canada. So it just,
that's the thing too, is we had 2020 ticket holders already, and 90% of them are from Pennsylvania. So it didn't make sense for us to move an entire festival with an 80% lineup of bands from Pennsylvania, 90% of your ticket holders from Pennsylvania, to a different state. It just, it was like, why would we do that? Why would we do that this year? And we just got lucky finding this place in the state of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yeah. The place is called Four Quarters, and they're, they boast themselves as the last of the hippies, and
they really are
the
last of the hippies.
So this is a privately owned farm, right?
Yeah. But they have a stage, and they have a pavilion, and they have washrooms and showers. Like I said, you wouldn't think people listen to EDM, but they really do, because I think they said something like 5,000 people.
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah, they've sold out the last couple of years there, I believe. And their max capacity is 5,000 people, pre-COVID. So I think that's awesome for a but you know what, for a festival, that's perfect for a community kind of feel. I think that's great. And we actually got a chance, a couple of us on the team got a chance to go there a few weeks ago and actually walk the grounds and stuff like that. And it completely blew our expectations. It's 250 acres of just anything you can think of. There's swimming holes, hiking trails, areas for huge bonfires. There's a couple different stages. It's going to be awesome.
So you got, obviously it's a 3-day music festival, but what are some of the other, do you guys already have activities planned? Extracurricular activities?
Yeah, we have a couple planned. I don't know. Do we want to spill the beans on some of them?
I don't know if that's free to say right now. If not, that's fine.
We have. Go ahead, Terry.
We could talk about punk rock karaoke. So we haven't fully set out the details yet for it, but it's kind of the same idea as that we have a band, the Plan Bs, who are going to be doing the music for that night. It's going to happen Thursday night, and then early on, it's kind of, here's the songs that they have. If there's any requests, they'll try to accommodate. Here are the lyrics. When it's time, you're going up on stage,
Oh, man.
I think that'll be a fun way to kind of have everybody get to know each other. There's going to be kind of a punk rock dance party that night as well. Like I said, we do have bonfires, so there's going to be open jam sessions, things like that. We will have a swap meet and flea market going on. There's going to be some kid-friendly activities. The swimming holes are all open. All the hiking trails are going to be open. There's going to be some workshops that we have. We'll have an area called Misfits Market that's got tons of different vendors and all the band merch and things like that. So there'll be a lot of stuff to do and kind of check out and explore.
Not the band, the Misfits, not their merch setup.
No. Wouldn't that be something?
They just set up their merch there, and they're like, "Is it cool?"
Yeah, right. They're not playing, but they're just selling merch.
Right. That sounds about on brand for them, maybe.
Yeah, right.
So I was just pulling up the lineup right now. As of right now, the Queers, they're headlining, right?
Yes.
That's pretty wild. That's cool. Susie Moon.
Yeah, so she's at a Pirate Press. She just released, announced her, I guess, signing in with them, and then she's releasing an album too this year.
Yeah, so if anyone's familiar with her previous stuff, she was part of Civet for a while, Turbulent Hearts. She's fantastic. We're super stoked to have her. She's just a firecracker on stage. She's going to be fun. We have some other really cool. Oh, actually, Terry, we can drop these now, can't we?
Yes, because
we have some other really fucking. Can I swear? I've been swearing this whole time.
Man, this is a Christian young audience on the show. No, you're fine.
Great, welcome all to Riot Squad. But yeah, we have some really cool additions to the lineup that are not on that flyer that you're looking at. These just were released. Terry, you can announce them if you want. Because I'm actually super stoked about it too.
If you know Brooke is pretty awesome, and she's part of a band.
Actually.
And she's also in a band called Froggy. So it's her and two of her friends. They're young. There's I want to say
17.
17, wow. 18. I think the oldest is 18, but their music is good. Like, we highlighted them before on one of our Sunday spins, and, we said, hey, we have a bit of time on stage if you guys want to come, and they took the opportunity, and, they're going to come play for us. Our next one is Tiger Sex. They're coming back from the UK. So we are very stoked to see Kelly and the gang play for us. They're going to try to do some other shows in the area, but the fact that they even thought of us is pretty awesome. And then,
I can't wait for that.
So for now, it's those two. I don't think we have.
We do have a really rad Friday night surprise for everybody. No, that will come out the day tickets go on sale. Okay. I believe if you guys are all lucky, you'll get your Friday night headliner that day. No. But we're super excited about it. Fingers crossed, because that still isn't
in stone. Yeah,
in stone 100%. But fingers crossed for us.
Yeah. So you guys, outside of Camp Punksylvania, you guys are also a media company. Is that right? Is that the right term for what y'all do?
Yeah, it's a combination of everything. We're not a record label, but we saw, COVID kind of just presented a need that we noticed, which are, bands are great making music, but maybe not the greatest at writing a press release or maybe
can't confirm
a website or using the internet. And, Laura and I can do these things. So we kind of just said, hey, let's just see if anyone wants to take it, but we'll create content because we used to do a podcast in Pennsylvania, but we moved it to Riot Squad, and we do Sunday Spin, which is kind of a highlight of the albums that we're listening to. We've been so surprised at how many new releases have been coming out. Like, music is still being pumped out.
Yeah.
Well, almost, it seems like every day I get
that was like one of the main reasons for us kind of branching out, and I don't really want to say transitioning from Punksylvania to Riot Squad, because Punksylvania is still a thing. It mostly functions just as a social media presence for Pennsylvania bands, as it was before. But as everyone knows, neither one of us are from Pennsylvania, and we love punk rock from literally everywhere, from all over the world. Right. So it didn't seem right to us to continue moving forward with something so fiercely that was kind of inclusive. We wanted to be able to kind of expand and umbrella everything underneath it. So Riot Squad was born, and like Terry said, we started kind of, we have a bunch of friends and bands. We've been making a lot of connections and building relationships with people. Right. And, like right now I'm working on a website for a band on our lineup, just things like that. You start talking to your friends, like, man, my fucking website sucks. Well, I can help you with that. I'm really good at that, or, hey, we need a new logo. Okay, well, my buddy does that, and we work together. So, and that's kind of how this happened. So it's been really, really wild so far. Like, we're dabbling in all sorts of areas that neither one of us have fully touched. There it is. Every time. Terry, take it away.
This is where we pop the barking dog heads. I just go like, wait. Yeah.
Love it.
But yeah, I still gotta get graphic for that. But can you imagine the times I'd have to sit through the show and add that on and just be doing that?
True. Maybe get
all the time. But and the biggest thing too was for bands, it was price. Their biggest, most of these bands are starting, they don't have 4K to drop
a budget,
anything, right? So we wanted to be able to offer them stuff that were free, like press releases and EPKs for like $25 or something like that. So, yesterday I met with a band from New York, and my previous job before the event thing was I worked for the media sector. So primarily journalism. So a lot of information gathering, stuff like that. So I'm able to compile lists and kind of just try to point people to the direction where they want to be pointed to. And kind of do that legwork that people hate doing, but I actually enjoy. It's kind of like my zen. Oh, look, there's, 20 media sites. And I just sit there and plug them in and I'm just like, listen to my tunes, and it's awesome. So I get to do things that I actually enjoy. Kind of try to do it in an efficient way, but still within my timeline as well. busy, but more so than ever now.
Right.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think just me coming across playing shows over the years, touring, all that stuff, coming across so many different bands, and it's crazy how many like incredible bands you come across that are very good at writing music and playing, but have like zero know-how of how to operate in modern music promotion, I guess, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, and unfortunately with the internet, you kind of have to now these days.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that you necessarily have to. There's people out there that can do that for you, and that's kind of why we're here. But I'm always amazed to see like bands who I think should be like on Fat or Epitaph, and then you go look at their Facebook page and there's like 200 likes, and you're like, what the?
Right. How is this?
Just blows your mind, and you're like, well, why is it? Like, I think I approached one of my bands, and I'm like, dude, your stuff is amazing. Like, I haven't heard something like this good in a very long time. Why do you guys only have 249 likes? And, they're like, well, we're in an area where there's not a lot of punk, or we just don't really keep up so much with the pages and stuff. We're busy practicing and stuff. So yeah, it happens. We just want to be able to help.
Yeah.
It's a community. We're a community, right? So we're here to lift each other up.
Yeah. Wow. So, you said neither of y'all are in Pennsylvania. Where are you guys? Where's your home base, if it's not Pennsylvania?
I'm from Ontario, Canada. So about 7 hours, I guess I want to say, from that venue. Maybe even about 9 now.
Oh, you're in Canada right now?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. There's a whole lot of snow just beyond this wall.
The other side of that wall. Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, the internet's a great thing, right? Like, I never had the opportunity to probably do any of this if it wasn't for the internet.
Right.
But I'm able to have meetings, and I'm able to meet with Flora, and my background's in television, so I can do the content pretty easy.
Yeah.
Help where I can. And because I've had that past production knowledge and also have that event planning knowledge, it just kind of made sense. But it makes it a little tough to have nobody from Pennsylvania, because I think Laura's like 6 hours from the venue.
Yeah, like 6.5. I'm in central New York.
Okay.
Yeah. So neither one of us are in PA, and neither one of us are super close to like a decent sized punk scene. I've got to go a couple hours each way. I mean, either way I go is gold, pretty much.
Right.
A few hours radius, but it takes me a little bit. It's not like I could go to a show before COVID all the time. It wasn't one of those super convenient things. So it was extra special to be able to get out and do those things. So I'm starting to do this and like really get into it before the world ended was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like 3.5 hours from Toronto, but if there's this wicked highway called the 401, that will make you or break you, because I can turn your 3.5 hour to a 6 hour drive, depending on how slow it is. And I try to take the express where I can, but it's tough for me to get to a show. I grew up near the Arctic Circle where there were no shows. There was no shows growing up. I think my first one was in, I want to say 2005, which was Warped Tour.
Oh, wow.
Because I just couldn't get to a show. That was it. I did Warped Tours and Green Days and Metallica, and like I just kind of hit up what I can, because I moved away from that little town, or I guess city now. And yeah, I tried to. Last year I had like 4 shows plus camp, so it's and the winter here sucks too.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it's Canada.
Do you ever go up to like Montreal or anything?
So Montreal is where I used to more often back when I lived in my other town. But since I've moved here, which has been 9 years, it almost takes 10 hours to get to there.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I want to say, depending on the 401. It can take you a while. Yeah, because people never realize how big Canada actually is. It's massive. You can fit so many states within Ontario. To drive from one side of Ontario to the other side, it's a full day.
Yeah.
So for anyone to get anywhere, it took a long time. When I lived up north, it was 12 hours to Toronto. Damn. And there was nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've played a couple times in Ontario. And yeah, it's humongous.
Yeah, it really is. And like you just hit the bottom, the closest to the States, you know, like it just, I don't think you even like touched up north or anything like that. So, and it's big down there. It's so big. Wow. So Canada has this problem where we have big cities, but it's not like the States, you know, like I get jealous of like New York or Pennsylvania is a huge example. Ohio is another one because they're kind of like hubs for shows. So like they catch shows all the time to a point where some people have kind of been like, oh, geez, another show. And I'm like, what? Another show? Like, I guess there is so much of a good thing, but still like another, what? His shows, they're just not common for me. I can't leave I go to Toronto. It's $500 every weekend. I go because it's expensive. Like you got to book your hotel and you got to take your car and you got to pay for food and your tickets. So eventually it adds up. Wow. If I want to go to a show, I'm paying for that show. I need more friends.
Laura, do you ever venture to New York City or where's a close, like the best punk scene close to you, I guess? Dogs barking, maybe.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
The closest punk scene to me is going to be Albany, New York, and it's like an hour and a half from me, and it's pretty great. They've got like a nice like skate punk hardcore scene. Bigger than that though, my favorite place to go is Boston. It's like a 4-hour drive for me, but I love it more than New York City. I love it more than the Buffalo scene. It's just different. I don't know if anyone's been to Boston and like really in the heart of the punk scene. It's amazing. It's my favorite place to go. Like, again, it's one of those places you can go every night of the week before COVID and hit up a show of like any genre. I like Pittsburgh too for that reason. It's so full of that stuff. It's got so many different styles and, you know, everybody's kind of intertwining with each other. And I love that. I love all the crossovers and things like that. To me, that's what it's all about. So getting to go to the small little clubs and things like that and areas like that are really cool and special. But Albany's cool because like we have friends there. So it's different when you've got friends at the scene, you know, you're like basement shows and stuff like that. That's like, for me, those things are really like the heart of punk. And I think like we talk about this all the time, but I'm excited to kind of see that start to happen again, you know, because unfortunately we do have venues shutting down left and right. So where does that really leave us to go? Back to the basement, back to the backyard and things like that. So I'm excited for that. I think it's something that like the scene really needs. It needs to be kind of brought back together. And I think that's going to kind of help do it. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, I don't know. Different cities are special in their own way for punk rock.
For sure.
Especially when you're from small areas like we are, you know, I said it's special kind of getting to go out and experience it when you can't do that all the time.
Right. Absolutely. That's so I'm in Mobile, Alabama, and that's I think we're the only punk band in Mobile, Alabama, or the active one, at least. I don't know.
Probably the only one in Alabama, really. There's a couple others, but
a handful, yeah. But so yeah, getting to play out, and especially going to play for us, going to like Florida is always great because there's, you know, Fest lives in Florida, and so that it has so many so many roots that reach out through the entire state, you know, of bands, and it's incredible, you know, going from playing, you know, a decent show like in our hometown and then going to play in like Florida and people actually care, you know, whole different feel.
Yeah, that's like how I'm talking to most people here. They're just like, what is this crazy lady talking to me about? Because
I find it so hard to talk to people like from here, especially like when you're like trying to have a conversation with new people and they're like, so what are you into? And I'm like telling them, they're like, what is any of that?
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, oh God, you suck.
Yeah. Boring.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you're doing a concert, cute.
Yeah,
like,
pretty much. And I'm like, how do you not like want to talk about this? Because I can't stop talking about it. We're so excited.
Yeah, it's, you know,
I think like now that the word's out there and we can like actually talk to people about it, because we had to be, it was about a year almost of us like hush hush, because for a little while we didn't even know really what was going on.
Right.
Yeah. And then when we got, you know, the ball rolling, we still had to keep it under wraps for a little bit. So it's nice to be able to like blah to the whole world about it.
Well, it seems like y'all have gotten a great response, you know, from people. And I saw you, I forgot, I think Terry, you told me that an insane amount of bands hit y'all up after y'all announced the lineup.
It was like overwhelming.
Like, yeah, because they'll usually hit us up on IG, and unfortunately we have hit our budget limit with bands.
Right.
Something that we had set prior to all this, because, you know, we're business folks and we have to make sure that I'm not losing this wall.
Right. Yeah.
The favorite punk rock show that I may or may not be able to go to, sadly. Because I can't cross the border yet, and I don't know if that's going to happen.
Oh, shit.
But it is what it is, and it's what I signed up for, and I'm more than happy to do it. But yeah, so we've just been getting people left, right, and center, and we want them all to play.
Right.
You know, it's so sad every time going like, I'm sorry.
I know, especially when, you know, like we listen to a ton of music, especially lately. So when we see ones come through that we've been like jamming to lately, we're like, oh my God, like, is there any way that we could fit this band in here? But then you don't want to be biased because there's someone else you haven't heard of that's blowing your mind as we speak. You know, we're like, how do we do this? Do we have a month-long festival? You know, but it's really cool to be able to have all of them to kind of keep in mind for the years to come and future events and stuff like that too. The fact that they even give a shit about like our little festival in the middle of nowhere is pretty rad.
For sure. Yeah. Do you guys have any wild sponsors or anything for Camp Punksylvania?
Zero.
Hell yeah. Completely.
We are 100%.
DIY.
Well, for right now, yeah, we don't have any sponsors, and we're, I guess, kind of picky. Like, we're not corporate people. Right. We're punk rockers. We roll our sleeves up. It's DIY. So we're going to work with like-minded people. If they happen to be successful and want to grow and work with us, then that's a whole different story. But yeah, we're excited to, again, keep building relationships with people. But right now, it's just us. It's just us and all of our ticket holders.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I noticed Paul Smith is like y'all's, like, is he a part of y'all's team? Is that official? Okay.
He's our graphics guy. Right. One of them, so logos and stuff like that may need to be designed, and they can, you know, say, hey, can you guys access Paul for me? Or, you know, Laura does designs too, so they kind of just look at both portfolios, and we are kind of looking into expanding some subsects, like, so like, say for like press releases and stuff like that, and getting like, and kind of being like, all right, well, you got this person or this person, here are the choices, you know, and have that person work with them for their project, whatever.
The cool thing about Paul is, you know,
he's so busy.
Yeah, everybody knows and loves Paul because he's great. He's willing to take the shirt right off his back for the person in need. But he's very like-minded with us too. I don't want to say that we have like the same style, but that's why he kind of fits with Riot Squad. You know, it's that kind of, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. He has that kind of niche that fits in, but it also keeps him separate too. Like, we don't want him to feel like Zombie Teeth is Riot Squad, because it's not. You know, the stuff that he does through Riot Squad is
still Zombie Teeth.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, and that's also the cool thing about working with Riot Squad is nobody's ever under contract or anything with us. It's like, just as you need it, you come in, you order off the menu, and you go. Like, you get what you need and you're done. We're not trying to tie you down. We're not trying to take your money. We're here for you, you know?
Yeah. You guys don't have any crazy contracts that,
No, like we have small clients right now,
Right.
usually bands that are about to release things. So unfortunately, they're just people we would love to be the blah, 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 and single and blah, 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 but we can't, just
Right.
because we are going to.
Yeah, we've been pumping out, Terry just got done with a press release. We've been pumping out some EPKs for some clients, building a website right now. Actually, as soon as we hang up here, I got to jump back into that for a client. Just stuff like that. But it keeps us busy, and it's great for them too, because it's things that, I think slowly the world is coming back together a little bit in that sense. So everyone's trying to get ready. Let's have our websites ready to roll. Let's have our merch ready to come right off the press, and let's have shows kind of lined up and things like that. So they're needing people to help them out with that. And that's what we're here for, because what are we doing?
Well, now we're planning camp, so I don't know.
Now we're very busy, and sometimes I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah, so, Riot Squad is just kind of an extension of us, but I don't, right now camp is business. That's our, we need to do this right, and we need to do this now. So the majority of our focus will be spent right now up until camp. And we kind of just try to fit what we can, but realizing that we are only still two humans that are planning a camp. So we're going to have to, kind of not pick and choose, but pace ourselves.
Right.
Yeah, sure. That's what's nice about like the way that we work with clients is we don't have to take on 50 clients. We can keep it limited to under 10 if we want to, or wherever the two of us are comfortable at managing clients and camp at the same time. Because like Terry said, that is number one priority. We've got hundreds of eyeballs on us, if not more than that. And we've got people who are ready to come and ready to enjoy the festival. We have people that are ready to play at the festival that we just cannot let down. So it's sleeves up and all in from here on out for camp. And like huge shout out to our team, because wow, like
amazing.
None of this was ever possible without the help before, but we really got lucky with this group of humans.
Shout them out. Give them some. Who's a?
Oh, should we give them all individual shout outs?
Unless it's like 100 people, you know.
Oh no, it's actually
100. We have a very small core. That we've got volunteers and things like that after. But huge shout out to Rick and Ryan and Terry. Well, actually, you shout out your sound team because that's you guys.
Yeah, production will be Rick, Ryan, myself, Zach. Love you guys. And then actually Austin and Andrew too. So yeah, we have a few people, and then Laura usually handles the people planning side, I guess.
Right.
I take care of like all the ticketing and all the shit that nobody really wants to handle.
Yeah.
But it's cool getting to watch the team work in that way, because like we'll get talking sometimes, and I'm like, what is a D something whatever chord that they're talking about? Like I have no fucking idea, but like I'm here for it. I need to learn,
Right.
And vice versa too. Like sometimes I'll talk about stuff and Terry's like, yeah, sure, whatever, take care of it, But that's the beauty of the team, is because you've got like really great brains on both ends of it that can kind of all work together and figure it out, and then it just branches off right from there. But it's been awesome working with them. Everybody's got great input, great ideas, great solutions to problems. It's been great. The support's been awesome. They've been wonderful.
I got to shout out the rest of the team because they are on Laura's side of things. So it'd be Jen, Angela, Travis, Oliver. I don't believe I missed anyone.
No, that's everybody. Yeah, those are my people. You're going to be seeing us a lot. You're going to be seeing Terry and the guys too, but they're going to be, they're going to be making sure everything sounds and looks great for you guys, and we're going to be making sure that you guys can get in and that you can be taken care of while you're there and things like that. So we've really thought of, I think, we've really thought of every kind of aspect to this, and we've got people who specialize in every kind of part of it sprinkled throughout. So I'm excited to watch everybody finally get to meet in person. Some of us have started, which is really nice, but like that weekend and that week leading up to it, I think is going to be really, really cool because everyone's so excited.
Yeah. This isn't going to end up I don't feel like this is going to end up like the Fire Festival where people are going to be tweeting about cheese sandwiches for the VIP package.
No,
it's not like that.
Do you guys have different like packages, like different price ticket levels? Can you talk about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Laura. You know these ones way.
Well, actually, it gets a little. There's something for literally everybody there. You know, the festival starts Thursday. We have music Thursday night, and it ends Sunday. You go home Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you can't make it Thursday night, you don't have to buy a whole weekend pass. You can buy a Friday arrival pass and save a couple bucks and things like that. So we really tried to make it so everybody can get their money's worth for things and also enjoy the festival to their like fullest potential too. So base weekend passes start at $150. Nice. You get your camping passes included in that, your festival pass. You get access to all of the events. There's toilets, there's showers, there's fresh water spigots all over the site, workshops, all that good stuff you get access to. There'll be some meet and greets with some of the bands, which I think will be really fun, and all that good stuff. Then you've got a VIP package that comes with, oh my gosh, I don't know, a t-shirt, a poster, oh, you know, the goods. You get a premium camping spot in Hilltop and things like that. You get early check-in. You get to leave late and things like that. And that I think is like $220. Nice. There's special pricing for bringing your kiddos and stuff like that. Yeah. There's single day passes that are $35. You seriously cannot beat that. You get to come in, hang out all day long, and then just get out when the music is done. So you get to enjoy all the stuff there. If you want to come, if you want to grill some hot dogs during the day, bring your grill set up by the swimming hole, and then just make sure you leave when you got to leave, and you're good for $35. Like, you can't beat that.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of cool stuff. And then you can buy, you have the purchase or the option to purchase car camping and RV camping and things like that too. So if you want to re-enter and go to the store and come back and things like that, there's something for everybody.
Yeah. Wow. This, it sounds really cool.
Thank you.
I think,
we are so excited.
Yeah, I think you guys have something very cool going on. Like I said earlier, it's you guys also have the business sense tied together with the creative sense. So I think everything is covered where, people sometimes will just be like, whoa, we should have a festival. Okay. And that's it. That's and then it's just like shittily thrown together, like a month or two before.
Well, and that's everything that we didn't want. And I don't want to say that that's how it was the first time around, but I guess maybe we didn't take the business aspect of it as serious because we didn't realize how big it potentially could have been.
Yeah.
So this time around, it was like, okay, we have a lawyer. We have
You got a lawyer.
We have everything that we need to make sure that we can continue doing this. Like, we don't want this to just be a one and done. We would love to come back year after year and to continue doing events as Riot Squad Media and things like that, because the whole point behind everything was just to bring people together. So why not continue doing that, but make it legitimate, Right. And if we could help out bands and things like that in the meantime, and brands and things, and help companies grow, then why the fuck not? Like, why wouldn't we do that? So we're doing it.
Yeah, like our shout outs and stuff, we're not being paid for by anybody. You're just essentially doing it for fun. Like, that was just kind of a, hey, let's just talk about who we're listening to this week. And it was like, all right, cool. But people seem to like it from what they're telling us. They're having fun to just pick up maybe a new album they didn't know was coming out. And that was kind of just our intention. And also giving that band just, hey, we're here. We listen to it. We care.
Yeah.
That means so much to them sometimes.
Yes, absolutely.
Even if we only get 10 views, that's 10 people who just got exposed to another band.
Yeah.
And if that's slowly, even, if we get one more view a year for the rest of our lives, that's still one extra person that's listening and that's watching and that's exposed to something new potentially. And if we can say that we contributed to that, then hell yeah, that's awesome. And I think that our job here is kind of done, you know? Well, not done, you know what I mean?
I guess,
yeah, we're excited to keep doing that for people and to actually do it like in real life, you know?
For sure. Yeah.
Because none of this was ever meant to be done via Zoom. And it started that way, which is weird because we get asked sometimes. People are like, oh, what's it going to be like going back to normal? Well, this has always been normal for us. So
I haven't seen Laura.
We'll let you know if we ever have to go back to this.
Yeah.
It's going to be so weird. It's going to be like looking at your tiny little body. Giving it the biggest hug. We're like size proportionally. So like me.
Yeah.
And then Laura's around here.
Okay.
It's so funny because it's true. She's a giant compared to me. But I was listening to the Queers today as I was cleaning up earlier, and I'm like, man, I can't wait to just hug Terry during the song because I know they're gonna play it, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to like, just to like reach up to her. I can't wait though.
Wow. I don't know. We've done like 45 minutes here. Do you guys...
we talk a lot. Sorry.
No, it's making. Where
are these bitches talking about?
It's making my job easier because I've talked with some people where it's kind of like pulling teeth. So
we that's feel not that.
Fun. Yeah. Do you guys have any concerns of I don't know, like some sort of camp serial killer type of deal?
I mean, maybe now.
You're kind of remote.
Yeah.
I don't.
It is super remote. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, they've got those great.
Who says it's not me?
Damn it! I knew it. Shh. Is this all a con to kill all these bands? Yeah. No.
It's funny that you say that. My sister said the same thing. She's like, I've never even heard of this place. But EDM is not our style. But hats off to that Big Dub Fest. Seriously, this is, I think they're
doing a great job.
Oh gosh, I don't want to be wrong when I say this. I'm going to end up having to look it up because it's going to drive me crazy. But I think this is their 7th or 8th year now at this venue. And they've grown and grown and grown each year. Like I said, the last 3 or 4, they've sold right out. And nobody's died. So I think that's a huge plus. Big plus. And it makes me excited. You know, I fell into the rabbit hole. I was watching a bunch of like just ticket holders kind of with their cameras out throughout the weekend. And I'm like, man, this is what it can kind of get a sense of things, you know, and what it could be. And I got a lot of respect for like that scene after seeing that. I had my fucking TV on mute because no way, but you know, watching it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm done.
Oh my God! It just did. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" It sounds like it's broken, but I mean that's okay.
My favorite one was just and then it just sits there for like 5-10 minutes,
and everybody's just going crazy. I'd be on the floor seizing. Are you kidding me? No way.
I guess if you're on Molly or ecstasy, it's fun.
That's true.
I don't know.
And you know what? All of the people in the videos look like they are.
There you go. Yeah, people love it.
There's one, they're like, where's Bree? Is that the one that I sent? It's just like running around.
Bree is gone.
Greatest thing ever.
Bree has been swallowed up by the earth.
He came back at like 2 a.m. and it looked like his face was melting and, you know, whatnot, but
so if you're interested in checking out what the crowds look like, go down the Big Dumb Rabbit Hole on YouTube. And you can also find Bree at 2 o'clock in the morning.
You know, bring your hammocks if you have them.
A lot of trees?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Well, actually, we're going to be posting up a couple pictures of the grounds and things like that on Camp's page pretty soon so people can see. But yeah, bring your hammocks. There's all sorts of places to set up. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous spot. We really got lucky there. Everywhere you look is beautiful. Yeah. Every place or every piece of that place has been touched and thought about and just meticulously laid out and so well taken care of. Like even in the dead of winter when we just went up there, like everything was very easily accessible, the whole property. And I thought that was really impressive to be able to maintain something like that with only 5 or 6 people on hand.
Yeah, I think because whenever I was trying to think of like, is this like a state park or something that they're having this show at? You know, if it was like a state park, then I could imagine it being like, oh, this is kind of shitty. But I'm at a private, you know, farm pretty much. I would imagine they would take care of their own, you know, land and.
You know, and they'll have like they sell wine and mead, and then they have
food vendor right there. They vend food for us.
Vend food.
You can bring your own grills and all your own food and alcohol and things like that. So it's really camping at its finest with quite a few perks too. Not quite glamping, but
maybe next year you guys can have glamping tents.
They said showers. I was like, sold. That's
a huge thing for so many people, especially for people like me and Terry. Like, I'm not a crusty fucking punk. I need to smell nice. I need to shower every night. Like, I like to get in the pit and I like to do those things, but I want to be clean after for the rest of my time.
And we're going to be working, so it's going to be extra grimy. Like, we're running around carrying shit, you know.
That's, like, the really weird thing for me to kind of wrap my head around still is because I'm not a festival worker. I'm a festival goer. So, like, doing this from the whole other side of things is going to be crazy. And I feel like we got really fucking lucky. Both Terry and I last year, we scored all access passes to Anarchy Camp. So we got to kind of see like how that backstage life worked and all of the commotion and like what it kind of really takes to do things back there. Oh my God, mine's right here. Oh, look.
I came up with 2 friends.
So funny. Where is it?
There were 3 of these, which was, so I gave my other 2 away, so they got a senior. Oh yeah, so Laura has the whole set. I don't have the whole set, but yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So
we got really lucky, but it was cool. I think that was something that we really needed without even knowing it, you know, because now we look back and we're constantly like, oh, well, back at Anarchy, they had this and they did things this way. And of course, we're not Anarchy Camp. We don't have Rancid and Bad Religion on our lineup, but it's nice to be able to see the way that somebody who has those people, how they function,
right?
You know, and yes, we're not corporate, but if we can kind of take their functionality of things day of and apply that, you know, with our mindset and our like DIY ethos, it's magical. Like, so it's fun to kind of watch that all coming together over the last couple weeks have been just a fucking blur though.
My hair is just all frizzy now. I'm just like,
I dye mine so it's not gray.
Oh man. Well, yeah. I don't know. I guess we can begin to wrap this thing up.
You just got all of the camp beans.
A lot of beans.
The beans were spilled.
All the beans.
Yeah. Do you guys have any like I'll plug all the social media and stuff. I do an intro, so I'll plug all your stuff there. But do you have any I don't know, closing wisdom or anything to tell the people?
Terry's got the wise words always. I'll let her do that.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I do.
I do.
Put you on the spot.
You know, up until then, just make sure you guys are kind to each other. It's fucking tough right now. I'm having a tough one. Everyone's having a tough one. We're all fucking just trying to get through with our day the best that we can, take care of yourselves because you are fucking important in all this. And if that means that you need to chill for 5 minutes, go for a walk, do whatever the fuck you need to do it, please, for everything. And also, if you guys need to chat for whatever fucking reason because you're having a bad day, hit us up. We're here. We're busy, but we're here and we will answer.
We always answer.
We always answer. So make sure to check our stuff, like our shit if you can. If not, that's okay too. We're not here to push you. We love you guys.
Don't forget too, if you aren't following the Riot Squad social media platforms, you need to be, because there's going to be some massive Camp Punksylvania giveaways coming up in the very, very near future. I mean, some really big ones. So, and they're only going to be available to those who follow Riot Squad. So if you're not following Riot Squad, do that now so you don't miss the announcement and so you don't miss the opportunity for these really cool things. With that being said, I think that's it, right?
I think so. Well, you guys stay on for a second, but Terry and Laura, you had options, but you decided to talk to me tonight. And thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Of course.